So back in 2019, I got a unicycle for my birthday. It's something that I'd had on my bucket list for a while, and after seeing Mike Boyd learn how to ride one, and seeing Edd Pratt travel around the world on one, that year I'd just been inspired to learn myself. So this is a video documenting my progress as I learned how to ride one. I hope you find it useful if this is something you're considering doing yourself, and if not, I hope you at least find it entertaining. Right, all done. Feels weird. So weird. Keen to get straight into it, I started practicing in my garden. It's definitely not the best area for practice, but any practice is practice. I recommend, unlike me, that you wear a helmet and practice in a safe, open area, because you're likely to fall off. But getting back on the unicycle and just keep going is all part of the learning process. Right on the coccyx. Also be aware that you are putting your groin at risk. This happened to me a few times.
Now the real question is, how stupid do I look with this helmet on?
Now, after way too much time practicing on my garden patio, I finally got to practice in a much better space. Thanks to Paul, a good friend of mine who had access to this unit. Not only did I have a great space for practice, but Paul was basically my own personal hype man and kept me motivated and cheering me on while I practiced. And when I say great space, it still had its problems, like the rusty tool rack that I fell into. It was okay though, I was up to date on my tetanus, and after this little incident, it was quickly removed. I can't stress enough how much that flat wall, just having something to lean on, really helps. I improved so much more quickly after I got out of the garden.
Oh, he's off.
I had two goals. One was to do a lap around the business yard, and to do 3 figures of 8 around the pillars in the unit.
You were doing good on that one.
Just down to my knee, that's better than now. I mean, I'm not able to guide it when I'm riding anyway, so...
Please excuse the awful facial hair. It wasn't my choice, I had it for a role as a background artist.
Whoa. Bloody hell, Paul, we're fucking going, mate?
But for some reason, I don't know whether it was the mystical powers of this horrible mustache, but for some reason I made great progress this day.
There's something to smell there, it's pretty sure, yeah. What about that? Fucking good shit. Fucking well done. That would have be up with that.
Oh, Jesus.
How tiring.
Now this is not the most interesting footage, but this was one of the first proper attempts where I'd made it almost all the way around the yard. So I knew at this point that I could do it, I just needed like a little bit more practice.
Oh, pissing hell. Oh, my knees. My knees are shot.
It's surprising how tiring it was to even go a short distance, and how much strain it put on my knees. It didn't help that I probably could have done with a bit of extra height on my unicycle seat, but it was already as high as it would go.
Touch the wall. It's cheating.
The figure of eight was even more difficult. Doing the sharp turns that I wasn't really used to and trying to maintain the balance, and also having the energy to stay on the unicycle was quite a task.
That's one.
It wasn't too much longer before I was able to make some proper, serious attempts at my main goal.
No. See, it's a left turn as well. Looking confident there, Lewis. Looking confident, lad. Nice and steady.
Oh no.
Better keep up.
And that was the main goal complete. It took a while, but I was quite proud of the progress I made. 5 whole hours of practice to get to that point. I was ecstatic at the end. You don't see it because the video was cut short. Now the figure of 8, believe it or not, I didn't actually complete until nearly a year later in 2020, due to many reasons. 2020 was definitely not a great year for getting out and doing stuff. At the time when I completed my main goal, I could just about do 2 figures of 8 before I'd fall off. It wasn't too far out of reach, but I never got around to doing it, or when I attempted it, I'd get extremely close and then bail off at the last minute. But eventually I did it, the full 3 figures of 8. Finally completed my goals for unicycling. I do ride my unicycle every so often now, but I still have a few more skills I'd like to learn, and possibly if I get the chance to ride a bigger wheel. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed seeing my failures and successes. And if you're thinking about learning to ride a unicycle, I'd highly recommend it.